we see people around us so underconfident. They do not feel confident speaking before anyone. They are afraid to speak before their elders. I have seen so many boys who are afraid to speak before their father. We can't say that it is just because they are timid or shy. I feel it is just because of circumstances, it is just because of a strict upbringing, and just because of that they feel defiant. So, to speak English language, even we are afraid, we do not feel confident to speak this language before anyone, and just because of that we give up and do not try to improve English language. So in today's video I am going to tell you that how to speak confidently. I am going to tell those four things which are stopping you or which will help you to speak this language confidently. So without making delay, let's get into the video. So first thing which you need to understand, that is, mistakes are stepping stones. See, each one makes mistakes when they learn new language. And this language is totally new for us. We are totally unknown to this language, at least spoken English. And when it comes to speak English language, at that time we are afraid. See, it is just because we are not used to this language. When we see people speaking English language so confidently, at that time we feel like to speak like them. But just because we do not get English environment, or we do not have anyone with whom we can practice or speak this language, that's the main reason we are not able to speak this language confidently. And now we need to understand that, see, we can't speak this language in our first attempt. We have to practice again and again. We have to speak as much as possible, and that's how we can speak this language confidently. To get confidence, we just need to see errors where we are making mistakes, and just see those mistakes as opportunities, and just focus on them and learn and improve. When we focus on errors, at that time what do? We just try to learn or correct those mistakes and errors. And after learning what is the exact correction of that sentence or word, we learn correct English, and that makes us so confident, and that's how we can speak this language confidently. And second thing which you need to do, that is, focus on communication, not perfection. See, I always say that we want perfection in our first attempt. We always think that when we are learning or improving this language within a few days or month, we should get result. See, it is not possible to get result within a few months or within a few days. Today if you start, it is not possible to get result tomorrow. You have to do your work with consistency. You have to learn this language with consistency, and with this you have to follow some disciplines, and that's how you can learn this language. What do we do? That instead of focusing on communication, we try to learn the whole grammar. We try to learn new words, which is fine. To improve this language we need to learn all these things, but at the same time we have to communicate in this language. I always say that if you have no one, do not worry. That's a great thing. If you have no one, you can practice with yourself. Always practice as much as possible. Speak, at least speak before a mirror. If it is possible, then try to speak to yourself. I have told some of ways how you can practice with yourself. Just speak, and do not worry about perfection. After practicing for a few months, you will be able to speak this language correctly, I must say fluently. And if you want to speak this language elegantly, then you have to take so much efforts. See, today I am able to speak this language like this. It is just because of my efforts. I didn't learn this language within a few days or within a few months. It took me a year. I practiced for the whole year, and I always focused on communication. Somewhere I did know that without practice it is not possible for me to improve this language. That's why I spoke as much as possible to myself. I practiced with myself and improved this language. I didn't think that I was speaking this language correctly or I was making mistakes. See, I always realized my own mistakes and corrected them. That's how I could improve this language, and today I am speaking this language fluently. So always focus on communication. Speak as much as possible. So third thing which you need to understand, that is practice makes progress. Actually what happens, we watch so many videos daily. Every day we watch English videos and we find new things in each videos, and most of the English learners look for a one video that is how to practice, how to improve English language at home all alone. And in each video they get only one thing, that is you have to practice to improve this language, and they just do not want to practice. See, I always say that before practice, there are so many things to learn. And after learning those things, you would be able to practice with yourself. You just do not need any partner to practice. You can easily practice with yourself. And gradually, you would be able to speak this language. So, first thing which I have told, that is improve vocabulary, then learn grammar, then learn some verbs and their forms, and try to learn how to construct sentences. And after that you would be able to practice, because to improve this language practice is necessary, mandatory. You have to practice. Without practice it's not possible to speak any language. And we are fortunate just because we are aware of English alphabets. If today you are told that you have to learn any other language like Japanese, then you would take at least 3 years to learn this language, Japanese. But if you are told to learn English language, to improve English language, at that time you would take only like 5 6 months or a year. Within a year you can easily improve this language. So always you have to focus on practice and just make mistakes. Do not worry about mistakes. I always say that you have to make mistakes to improve this language. So gradually you can improve this language after making so many mistakes, because at one point you would realize that I am making mistakes and I have to correct those mistakes. And if you are able to correct your own mistake, it means that you are progressing. Your English is improving. So that's how you can speak this language confidently. So fourth thing which you need to understand to speak this language confidently, that is do not compare yourself to others. Actually what happens when we watch videos, and at that time when we see people speaking this language so confidently and without hesitation, without making any single mistakes, at that time we feel like it is not possible for us to speak this language like them. But if you ask to me, I was also one of you. Before 2 years ago I did feel the same. I was like, it wasn't possible for me to speak this language like them. Whenever I watched videos, English videos, when I saw people, girls like me speaking this language, I was like, how did they learn this language? How can they speak this language like this? Like a native speakers, without hesitation, without fumbling. So, yes, at that time, I felt like that. But after that, instead of thinking, instead of focusing those negative thoughts, I always focused on positive thoughts. Like, so what, today I'm not able to speak this language, tomorrow I would be able to speak this language like them. So, yes, I compared myself to them always, but yes, that thought didn't stop me to improve this language. At one point, I stopped watching those videos, and started watching animation videos. And after seeing those all videos with subtitles, I got confidence that it is even possible for me, because When we watch those videos where language is so simple, at that time we feel like it's very simple to speak this language. And those words, even in those videos, animation videos, there were so many, they used only simple words, and that made me so comfortable. And that's how whatever I watched, I just imitated. I picked only one or two words and practiced. Whenever I got free time, I tried to make sentences, and that's how I spoke to myself confidently. Whenever I was at home all alone, at that time I spoke making gestures, and that made me so confident. So you have to do one thing: stop compare yourself to others, and whenever you get free time, try to speak to yourself confidently. To improve this language, you have to speak, and to speak this language confidently, you have to take efforts. And what kind of efforts you have to take? That is, you have to speak this language. Believe me, if you once start speaking this language, you would not stop till you become perfect in this language, fluent in this language. So to speak this language confidently, you just need to do one thing, that is speak as much as possible. Start from today. Speak at least for 1 or 2 minutes. Try to make sentences, try to frame sentences. How to construct sentences? I have told that what should you learn to construct sentences. If today you are not able to construct sentences, then you have to learn grammar. After learning grammar, you would be able to construct sentences. And today, if you are able to construct sentences, it means that you are able to practice. And to practice, you just need no one. You can practice with yourself. So after understanding these things, you can easily speak this language confidently. You just need to take some efforts. So speak correct and fluent English with confidence. So if you like my video, do not forget to subscribe my channel, and thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you so much.